Now, from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, well, good Tuesday evening, everybody. Here we go. We continue to track this polar cold front moving through the area. Temperatures are now in free fall. Northerly wind kicking in, wind chill factors kicking in, and there remains this outside opportunity of a little frozen precipitation developing in and around the Metroplex, mainly freezing drizzle, mainly freezing rain. You can see the chances there in the forecast. So again, this evening, if you do have to get on the area roads, maybe even trying to still get home from work, again, whatever it is, please do exercise caution. Again, it would be the elevated surfaces, bridges, overpasses, flyovers, Mixmaster, again, a high five here in Dallas, things like that could become a little suspect. It may not necessarily be a wide wave of frozen precipitation, but kind of hit and miss in different areas, so you could come into it, not even realize, and run into a little black ice. I think that is very much so worth mentioning right off of the top here. Just, again, factor that in to your plans. If you're able to just stay home this evening, obviously do that. We have also had a little liquid precipitation as we've gone through the day. It's been pretty spotty. It was in the forecast, but it was a little spottier than I anticipated. But again, scattered showers still ongoing in our southeastern counties. There's the cold front in blue. It continues to now push through the area, but we're now monitoring for what we call post-frontal precipitation, anything that develops directly behind these Arctic fronts. And again, like I mentioned, a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of freezing drizzle, again, is going to be in the forecast through about midnight here in the Metroplex. Otherwise, the bulk of the real wintry precipitation as we've gone through the day, it stayed basically where we thought it would. Again, well off to the north, up in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, even back over through Arkansas. That is an outright snowstorm there. Again, this is the Arctic air. Again, you can see a good part of the plains now entrenched in this Arctic air mass, but it does continue to ooze. It does continue to roll southbound now into North Texas. We've also had this storm trough out to the west that's now moving through. That was the reason why we had the rain, the liquid rain in the forecast through the afternoon. That didn't necessarily completely materialize. There were scattered showers around, but again, that will continue to move through, and again, on the backside of that, really helping to push that Arctic front through the area. So I really just want to fast forward here. I want to get to this, the modeling, again, walking you through this evening. Now, number one, scattered liquid rain showers remain possible to the southeast. Don't want to forget about our friends down there in our southeastern coverage area. But again, take a look in the Metroplex. You can see the area of pink. And again, this persists through about midnight. That doesn't mean it's going to, again, freezing rain, freezing drizzle the entire time, but it's going to be patchy. It's going to be spotty. And again, the opportunity of it will be there through about midnight. And then that will continue to kind of taper off, if you will. You saw it there moving down to the southeast as we go through the rest of the evening near the front. Now, there may be some very light icing over in our far eastern counties. I don't see a lot of icing. Again, the only real concern with any type of icing, the way it looks right now, would be, again, on the elevated surface. The roadways, the actual roadways, the ground temperatures are warm enough that I don't see it causing much of an issue. But again, just really be mindful, right, on those elevated surfaces. Like I mentioned, otherwise, again, no real opportunity of snow here. The real snow event has just completely remained well off to our north where we anticipated it, but it was a real snow event. And again, you can see some locations up there have picked up nearly or are anticipating picking up nearly a foot of snow. So a big deal there. Luckily, we're getting off pretty well unscathed. I want to show this one more time. I just want to zoom in directly to the Metroplex. Again, Denton, Collin, Tarrant, Dallas County, and this is just going to hour by hour just step you through it. It's a little bit of a different view here, but again, you can see through the evening just kind of spotty opportunities, right, of again some of that freezing rain, little frozen precipitation, maybe a sleet pellet or two, maybe a snow flurry or two, not impossible, but again through midnight, but it is really across the heart of the Metroplex, so please do keep that in mind. Otherwise, we're really talking about teens overnight. It's going to be brutally cold, and again, even your wind chill factors, you can see those crashing down through the teens, could be closer to the single digits by sunrise tomorrow morning. Again, definitely dress in layers, be prepared, and again, also drip your faucets as we go through tonight and also tomorrow night as well. For tomorrow, we basically don't get back above freezing, and then as we get into Thursday, we're going to try and get above freezing, but it's going to be pretty hard to do, at least the next couple of days. We're really talking about highs in the 30s, morning lows down in the teens, but there is some improvement as we get into the weekend. We're tracking all of this, and we will have live radar updates as needed as we go through the evening.